Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are doing another week of creating for the sake of creating, and this is going to be technically week 3. We took a little break because we went to Ireland, and in 4 weeks I will be going back to Europe. I am flying into Barcelona, and I have no plans as of right now, besides to have a hot gay girl summer. But until then, I want to be creating as much art as possible, and I'm really excited to show you what I started. I did start this series back up actually yesterday. Imagine most people don't know this, but I rhinestoned my friends and I's Harry Styles concert outfits for Love on Tour. We had like these amazing like matching sets. Who am I kidding? Let me just show you. I'm still so proud of these. It was so fun to wear. This is what mine looked like, all individually rhinestoned. The back says Love on Tour, love, and then the pants were also like one of my favorite parts. Got the HS on the butt, and they're pearls. Are you kidding? So fucking cute. We got so many compliments. I felt so good in these outfits, and I really enjoyed doing it. And I posted a TikTok and it went viral, and everyone was like, oh my god, make these, sell these, blah blah. So then I got it in my head and I bought a ton of rhinestones, and I started rhinestoning purses, like Harry Styles themed purses, and some of them are so dope. Like, I'm proud of those too. Those are in my basement. I don't feel like going to get them. I put them on Etsy and they never sold, and now I have a ton of leftover rhinestones. I'm going to show you. This is a very messy area, but all these are full of rhinestones for the most part. Today I was like, I would really like to start rhinestoning again. I feel like my creative juices were really flowing then. I really enjoyed it, and I also like, it's so tedious and time consuming, and I just feel like I loved it. Are we joking right now? Look how good this is. Look how fucking good this is so far. I just feel really inspired to create art right now because I remembered tracing exists. This is actually inspired by one of my childhood friends because we used to call each other Andy and Ollie. Actually, I still have their name and my contact as Ollie, but they're graduating from college and I haven't seen them in a couple of years. Really sad. And this was also at the same time that I was like, I want to go buy canvas and start rhinestoning canvas prints. In a previous clip, I showed the Harry Styles outfits that I rhinestoned, but I have a ton of rhinestones left. I spilt a ton of rhinestones on my desk right here, and it's really stressing me out. I was originally planning to rhinestone this whole piece. That would take me so long. I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to do Andy and Ollie and then the words. I need to order more. There's like pearls. I spilt pearls like all over, so now they're like stuck where they shouldn't be stuck. I need to order more black. I bought a bunch of canvas, so I'm really kind of excited to do a few of these pieces, but I definitely need more rhinestones. But I think this looks pretty fucking bomb. I wish I had a projector because that'd be way easier to trace, but I really just print off what I want to trace and then I like cut it out. I've always felt like tracing was like kind of cheating, but honestly, like, look how good this looks, and like, I made it myself. Didn't feel the need to try and prove myself that I could draw identical Andy and Ollies and have them look like the character and do it well when I could just trace them. Like, I still made this, you know what I mean? It's also not like I'm stealing someone's artwork. Like, the swirl behind it, that is all, it's all my idea, but I did trace only their upper bodies too. I did the lower bodies, which maybe you can tell because they're not as good as the upper body, but I'm just kind of proud of it. We learned about tracing when we had to make like homecoming posters. I don't know how your guys' school was, but we had to make homecoming posters. And every class other than us, artists, all had someone that could draw really well. We didn't have a single one of us that was artistic. So we decided to put our poster up there, project something, and trace everything. And we still made it, we still drew it, and everyone used to get so mad at us saying that that was cheating, but it's called working smarter and not harder. just recently I've kind of talked about how I've been experiencing some depression and I just haven't been doing so well mentally, and when I'm like this, like, I'm very in my own head and I feel selfish because I'm trying so hard to keep myself alive, and I also, it's just kind of inherently comes with being autistic and being disabled, to be honest. Like, the day-to-day, like, it's difficult, but when you add like depression on top of that, it makes it more difficult versus, I don't know, when I'm not depressed. And I'm someone that never wants to like invalidate my feelings. I don't really let the idea that someone else has it worse than me so that I can't feel what I'm feeling. Right now I have a lot to be grateful for, and so many people in this world, specifically in Palestine, cannot say the same. And every time I think about Palestine, which is daily, I have no choice but to like feel so grateful for my life. How big of a privilege is it for me even to be able to like feel my depression and to go to therapy and to have a bed to cry in, a roof over my head, food to eat to try and comfort me, a phone to scroll on and numb my brain, art supplies to make art. Like, this whole series is like a creating for the sake of creating series, and I just feel so lucky that I even get to do that. I'm lucky that I even get to be a blocked creative, a blocked artist. Like, the fact that I have so many different mediums at my fingertips, like, I just don't want to take it for granted. It's just unfair. And also, the Met Gala was last night, which I know is intentional. Like, telling people to evacuate to a place and then making that place a war zone is beyond horrific, as if it has already not been horrific enough. It's all so inhumane, and it feels really gross to have all these rich celebrities. It's just fucked that these people are just like getting dressed up and spent like at least $100,000 on that evening. They have all this power, this money, this influence, and they don't say anything, and they don't donate. I can't say they don't donate. Maybe they do donate. Like, how are you gonna go walk a red carpet and be surrounded by all of that money and like not mention in an interview like free Palestine? Like, you're not going to talk about how like they're invading Rafah, the part that they said was safe. You're just not going to mention that. It's disgusting. And I've always been someone that really likes pop culture. I have always loved the Met Gala. I like the fashion, and I like keeping up with celebrities and pop culture. But I'm also someone that's like eat the rich, but also I do like pop culture. I've just been that way since I was like 10, 11, 12. I keep up with it, but in the last few months I'm just really so over it. Like, disgusting amounts of money that they have, and then not, I don't know, like, you could have used your Coachella ticket money to like pay for a family to evacuate. Like, I don't know, I think it's really easy to like turn a blind eye and to become desensitized to it. I think a lot of Americans become desensitized to the shit that happens within our own country. Like, it's no shock that we're like falling into fascism. Like, so many of us are just like, well, that's what's happening. Like, with mass shootings, like, that shit happens so much that like it's not a shock when it happens. You're going on social media and you see that there was another mass shooting, you're just like, holy fuck, this happened again. It's normal, and it's so fucked, and then you just go about scrolling again. And the genocide that's happening right now in Palestine is so beyond horrific. Like, I just don't understand how someone does not think about these people every single day. I so admire the students that are protesting at their universities, and it's just, again, predictable, but also insane that it's being met with like the police brutality and just that type of narrative in the media around it. Like, it shouldn't be like this. Like, student protesters are always right, and their peaceful protests shouldn't be met with police violence or violence from the media. I am very scared for the state of our country. I guess my point of this is for one, I wanted to just talk about it because it is something that's on my mind daily. I just don't understand how it couldn't be. I don't understand how history is repeating itself in this way. A little over a year ago, I went to Krakow, Poland, and I got to go to Auschwitz and Birkenau. And that experience was the heaviest, most horrifying experience of my life. I had planned to go to Poland, so I hadn't planned to see that. I was not mentally prepared to see that, but when I was in the area, I knew I had to go, because I don't think it's just not an option to like ignore that stuff. I think it's really important to educate ourselves and like so we never let history repeat itself. I was at that experience. I didn't take my phone out. I didn't take any pictures. They ask you not to take pictures in a lot of parts of the Auschwitz like museum section. I was super present that day, and because it's really an emotional heavy place and it feels wrong to even be there. I knew how horrific it was, like reading about it in the textbook obviously, but seeing it in person, it was like a whole other level. So now I just imagine it in Palestine, and it's heartbreaking. Like I just get angry. I understand how anyone could be like pro Israel. I don't know how anyone could like approve of this. I don't know how anyone could not want to demand a ceasefire. I don't understand like why this is happening to people again. I think all art is political, and for me to be able to create it intentionally is a privilege, and I want to exercise that privilege because I have it, and it's not lost on me. Like I'm just really grateful. So I just want to wrap up this video. I feel like this creating for the sake of creating video is different than the last ones, because last ones I did like a structured week and I was doing something different each day. I really need to get back into writing. There's definitely more things that I would like to do that are creative, but honestly these two creative projects took up a lot of time, and that's fine. The point is just to create art. So I already have shown this. This is my progress on my Andy and Ollie painting. The lettering is all done in pearls, so I finished all of that. I've done as much rhinestoning as I can do on Ollie. I think that's Ollie. Andy. I need to order rhinestones for their hair and for their shirts and his pants. Still need to do his face. It's coming along great, and I'm really proud of that, and that one's been fun. And then obviously I did Gene Belcher holding a bong. I still haven't painted the bong. It's like the easiest part to paint, I feel like, but I still haven't done it. Honestly, I'm proud of him too. I love Bob's Burgers. I don't know why I got inspired to make rainbow Bob's Burgers things, but hey, that's where we're at. That's this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in my next video.